Hello and welcome to MMS round 12 of season 3. Today we are here in the beautiful city of Brno on the Masaryk circuit. The track is 5.4 kilometers long. Today, sadly, we have some overcast weather as it always is in Brno. No sun, as you can see on some bits of it. All the thing you can see is just the dark clouds. Brno is known for amazing racing and overall amazing driving from the people that are in the cars. Previous fun facts about the track: the first ever Grand Prix of the Czech Republic was hosted here, and pole sitter was Kubio. Today Kubio is also the pole sitter. I am losing the ability to actually speak today. Anyways, with all that done, let's get to the championship standings. And leading the drivers' standings is Dimitar Radev for Ferrari with 159 points, 3 points ahead of his main title rival Rodney Rakus. Right behind them is Kubio Jankowski in P3 with 107 points. He doesn't have a mathematical chance of actually getting P2. No, he actually has, not P1. Anyways, P4 we have Michal Valek with 106 points, 1 point behind Kubio and 53 behind the leader. In constructors, Ferrari is leading with 266 points, 4 points ahead of their main rival McLaren Mercedes, who have 262 points. P3 is BMW Zauber with 127 points, 139 points behind the leader, and 35 points behind McLaren. And in P4 we have ING Renault with 109 points, just 18 points behind Zauber. This battle is still on. With all that done, let's get to the grid. On pole position we have Kubio, followed by Radev, Rakus, Maliak, Zage, Agnes, Johnson, Voda, Lidong, Frederiksen, Tasha, Kubusek, Stopper, Johnson, Sheffer, Everett, McHugh, Wells, Turvik, Fowley, Palmer, and Curtis rounds off the grid. With all that done, with all the fuss ended, we can finally start the race for... Let's start the race, yeah. Here we go. Lights are out and away we go for the Czech Grand Prix. It's a good start from Radev. Look at him go from that P2 on the grid. It's a great one from him. As my camera literally died. Yeah, but no incidents, I don't think, into turn 1. And it looks as if, yeah, Radev has taken the lead he's quite far away from the rest of the guys in here, that can be said. Meanwhile, Serezny is going to die. Serezny has died. Zage really close to the top 4. Finally, maybe some good race from the British driver, knowing that he didn't score points in back into the race and he retired in Monza, which is not good at all. Valek takes the lead of the race from Radev, and Rakus round the outside of Kubio and Radev to take possible P2 from the Bulgarian driver around the outside. Does another corner, there he goes. It's a McLaren 1-2 at the moment. Yes, it is. As Radev falls down to P4. No, Jankowski's trying to make a move on Rakus, and I think he succeeds. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Oh, wow. So I think the outside is a better place to overtake rather than the inside around this track. Meanwhile, Zage is trying to do his best. There's the full camera, there's the full camera. Zage is trying to catch up to Radev. It's obviously not easy in a less powerful Zauber. Fasha somehow ran behind him. Red Bull driver not really showing himself, only having a few lucky races in my opinion. There is the debuting Czech in the Williams already in the points, which for me is very good. And Kubusek makes a move on him, and the Williams drivers dropped down to P10. Johnson P13. No incidents yet, surprisingly. I mean, Brno never had big incidents, only sometimes had crashes. It's down to actual overtaking and pace around the track rather than smashing a driver off. Turvik seen in one off. Meanwhile, Jack is already battling Johnson. Johnson's pulling down the order pretty quickly. Stopper is trying to get him points from P13. And there's a double overtake, even a triple one almost, from Stopford. Yeah, triple overtake into P9. But Agnes is trying to hold it around the outside and the inside, but Stopford has the outside, meaning he has the privilege to get that position. Johnson's trying to get into higher positions, mainly P12, and he does. Again, you can use radio for this race. I'm pretty interested on what the radio messages will be. Oh god, where's his time? Anyways, Turvik and McHugh, and there's Everts as well. The Toyotas and Renaults really have no pace qualifying, and they don't seem to have pace in the race as well. I don't know what happened to them, but it's nothing good. As Curtis asks his team, can he go faster? Mind if I run it? Are there any battles? Yes, they just caught up to the P4 lad, Dimitar Radov. I don't think some people know how radio works. Anyways, rounding outside goes beautiful move from Louis Edge. That is some nice driving from him. He's now on the back of Cubio at the moment. Can he do the move? No, Cubio is defending pretty well in my opinion, but Li Long is trying to make a move running outside of Radov. I mean, yeah, Williams have won here in Season 1, but did that pace carry on for Season 3? And now Rage running outside of Cubio. Can he hold it? And can the no podium man finally achieve something in his career rather than 1 million fourth positions? And there is H, and there he's down the inside, but Cubio has the outside, and he has the better line around here. And there's Lilong making a dive on Radov. Zage is really close to the Ferrari of Cubio, but I think he let off the throttle right now. You know, fuel saving here is quite important at the moment. Lilong has closed off to the Zauber driver now. Lilong, where is that pace from? It's very surprising, yeah. Meanwhile, Valak and Raikkonen have flown away. Brno looks like a McLaren track to me. Lilong, Radov tried to take position back from Lilong, but he bottled it, always. Like every single championship he was fighting for. Curtis suspecting on the radio that there is some lack of power on the car. Maybe an issue on the powertrain, I don't know. Wait, this is not familiar. Maybe some issue with the engine. Zage got passed by Radov. Radov is now starting to use some more fuel. And here is the dive on Jankowski. Yeah, easy does it. Lilong on Zage. I think Zage is saving fuel right now. Or maybe he's having some issues. I don't know. Kubu say then we have Fasha, Fredrickson, and Agnes. The debuting British driver Jacket here. I'm gonna not use his surname, which is gonna be a bit weird, but I cannot pronounce it basically. Pretty good start in the career for him, but meanwhile Valak Iraq is battling. Iraq is past his teammate for the podium position. It's not looking the best in McLaren. I mean, Valak is leaving for Ferrari, Iraq is staying in. It's gonna be interesting next season. See how some of the regulations might change. As we're gonna have shark fins, I believe. On the radio, the Toro Rosso driver was like, is asking, obviously, Gerhard Johnson, what's wrong with this car? Why did I have such a bad start? Is there something wrong with the car, or was it just my mistake? Well, his team responded, just carry on and stop complaining. I'm pretty harsh on them, but yeah, I mean, he dropped it down from P7 to P18. And Curtis is pretty motivated today, trying to gain positions. So far he gained 2. Meanwhile his teammate Turvik has gained not a lot. As there as wells. Yeah, and Slap responds to that with just a fine. Yeah, I mean, pretty harsh on them, but I understand the frustration of the Toro Rosso team with their drivers. Because they did very well in qualifying. It looks like Toro Rosso had pace. But then they just lost it for no good reason, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Radev has overtaken Raku, so Radev has retaken his lead, and then Radev Radev just made a move around the outside of Raku's. Just a great job from him, in my opinion. Stopford is now on the back of Cubio. Meanwhile, Lilong and Zech are battling it out, but Zech now on the inside, and there he goes. And there's a huge battle for P10. P9, P10. Frederick Agnes running. Oh my god, Jack around the outside. The Red Bull Driver Academy, obviously in MMS Junior, one of the championship contenders, using his opportunity to drive in the main series. He's already showing his talent, and I think he's proving Red Bull right about picking him for the main seat. Kubusek on the back of Lilong, the not so beautiful livery of Honda. He's making a move on the Williams, and I think the Polish driver will succeed, but the Dutch driver holds it round the inside, but yeah, round the outside. Great job. Valak has lost the lead to Radev. As Johnson is complaining on the radio about the engine. We don't have a response from his team. I think they just started to ignore him. Again, the Toro Rosso team, I understand a bit of their frustration, but at the moment, yeah, I don't see why they're so savage. Meanwhile, Fasher is holding off his replacement for Red Bull next season, because, mind you, Fasher got downgraded to Toro Rosso for next season in favor of Jack. And there he goes down the inside, but Fasher will have the outside, and Sheffer joined the battle as well. MMS Juniors today, about 5 to 10 minutes right after MMS. See you tuning in there as well. Yeah, Fasher is having somewhat of a gap to Agnes, because I think Jack is trying to save some fuel. We know there's a huge train of cars that McHugh is leading. Wells has flown away from his teammate, which is pretty good for him now. Wait, yellow flags. Turvik spins off. I can show that on board, haha. Let's see. Curtis, oh yeah, he just hits the wheel. Curtis. Yeah, I mean, minor incident, I don't think that's worthy of an investigation. It's just Turvik hits the real wheel of his teammate. He overestimated his chances, and yeah. No further investigation on that. Turvik is now last. Not the best season for Turvik, I could say. He got the race win, but I mean, that was Turkey, and we all want to forget about Turkey, don't we? McHugh Johnson in the field is a bit spread out right now. Curtis. I think Johnson saw the whole incident just play out right ahead of him. Yeah, he did. His response to it was just, Jesus, what the heck. Yeah, I mean... yeah, pretty lucky to avoid that. Johnson, meanwhile, on the back of the Irish driver, Curtis. Yeah, I mean, Aaron is someone having a comeback driver, but not really. Meanwhile, I think there is a battle between the Zauber drivers, and Louis H is really pushing onto his teammate around the outside of Sam Stopford. There he goes. I think Zech has turned on his push mode at the moment, trying to catch up to Valyak, who has sincerely lost positions. Radev is losing positions in time as well. Rakus is overtaken, and now his teammate Cubio is about to overtake him. Yeah, there is Kivio making a move on his teammate Random He's letting off the throttle a bit now. His H is really close to Valyak. He's catching up, is 2 seconds, but Louis is gonna try his best to overtake the McLaren driver now. Because that's what you want to do in racing. Overtake the people ahead of you. Again, I'm the sole commentator because people were busy. MMS Juniors which one though? Yes, Marine Circuit. That I think it's gonna be a night race. So yeah, that's definitely a thing you want to tune in for. That's Farmer Farley and again Turvik is just lost, but he's slowly catching up the back markers. If he isn't one himself, but there's Jankowski. On the back of Rakus, he's not making a move yet. Kibia didn't win the race in Brno in Season 1, but he may avenge that right now. Yeah, there he goes with a dive down the inside, squeezes Rakus out, and there he goes into P1. New race leader, Kibia Jankowski. Meanwhile, Radev and Valak are going side by side. Valak has gained pace and now is making a move around the outside of Radev. Great job from the creation driver in the McLaren. Mind you, Radev and Valak will be teammates once again in Season 4. Because, mind you, in Season 2 they were in Renault. Their teammateship wasn't the best, but maybe the Ferrari will get better. Now, Zage and Stoffer are really close to the Ferrari of Radev. Stoffer is looking opportunistic, trying to make a move on his teammate, and I think Zage will defend from him. Yes, he does. I was gonna make my microphone closer because that wasn't close enough. I didn't adjust it. Stoffer is now really on the back of his teammate, and I think he will pass very quickly in here. Sorry for that. Still a bit sick. Yeah, but meanwhile Zech is really pushing to get that Ferrari behind himself. Yeah, it looks as if the Zauber driver can do it. We're gonna switch to the onboard view of Sam Stopford because he will get the best view on the battle. Now, is Zech gonna pull to the inside? No, he doesn't. He's just trying to get as close as possible to that Ferrari. Meanwhile, Radev, no, Kibia has taken the lead. I said it previously, but now it's huge. Meanwhile, Schäfer is probably going to make a move on his teammate. Well, oh, the Renaults are having a comeback drive in this race. Woohoo! Johnson is not having the best of the races, he's still P18. Meanwhile, McHugh passes Wells. The Renault teammate battle is still going on. The lineup will be the same for next season, so that will be very interesting. Meanwhile, Stoffer has passed Zage, so I think Zauber probably use some orders such as don't crash into each other, and I think Zage just doesn't want to have issues with Sam, considering they are teammates as well for next season. Johnson is suspecting the failure, saying, "I swear if I have a failure in this game, I'm gonna be so beep mad. Seriously, guys." I mean, I understand his frustration because the pace is just gone, but it's rather down to the driver as well because the track is pretty driver skill based, it's not speed based. Meanwhile, Curtis is on the back of Voda. Probably gonna pass that Toro Rosso quicker than a Williams setting a lap in F1 2019 season, and Johnson actually makes the pass on the Toyota driver. As Quinton Wells is looking forward to getting into the top 10. Well, there is like a lot of Zage is having some issues. He got passed by Kibusek and Lilong. Oh. Louis, what happened there? Yeah, but Louis fends off at least one driver, I think. We the fend from the Honda of Kibusek. But there's Fashion. Oh, Fashion, Kibusek touch. And oh, one of the Renaults is off. It's Wells. Contact with his teammate. That's not looking good, is it? I mean, there was chaos all going on. I don't know. I mean, what was turn? I mean, yeah, Walls was turning in again, the same as incident. It was the same incident as what happened to Tovik and Curtis. No further investigation on that. But Wells is not happy, saying beep off, man. Yeah, Fredrickson is slowing down Johnson now. Tovik has now caught up to Palmer, probably gonna make a move soon. Meanwhile, Jankowski has a good gap to his teammate Radev. Then we have Raku, Stopford, Valyak, so Stopford has passed the Croatian driver in the McLaren. And then we have Lidon on the back, and then we have Zage, Fasha, and Agnes. So Agnes made it to P9, and there's just a huge gaggle of cars. Wells has overtaken McHugh actually. Oh wow, so Wells has gained some pace after that incident. McHugh trying to make a move around the outside of Oda, but fails to do so. As much as there's not a lot of happening in the top field, there is a lot of happening in the midfield. I'm gonna put up the little GY in there on that battle, because that's some nice stuff in there. Rakus has caught up to Jankowski, who was passed by Radev, his teammate. Now at this stage the drivers want to save some fuel because the pit window is coming close, I think. They just got up to Valyak, was passed by Lilong. And yeah, now we have Wells, Voda, McHugh, Fredrickson, Johnson. Fuel actually spread out. Then we have Johnson ahead of Curtis. No, Irish driver is not quick enough to catch up to the Toro Rosso. As on the radio we can hear Johnson saying once again, will any mode work now? Seriously, figure this out, guys. The team responded to that saying, you were taught the modes, use them, we can't help you in that. I mean, that's savage. I mean, yeah, the team, I think there was a strategy. There always is a strategy, but I think Johnson forgot it. Real flag, what happened in there? Oh, someone is out of the race. It's Zage. Can this man get any luck? Trying to make a move on Valyak, and his engine just gives up. That's just... Here, his engine just gives up. This is just... Johnson already, this modes won't work, I'm seriously switching for modes. The response of the team is... Try to figure this out, we're checking it on our screens, everything is fine. Anyway, Stuff is side by side with Jankowski for the podium position of P3. Stopford around the outside of the front driver and easy does it. Here he goes in P3. Louis Zage got his engine sacked. Zage out of the race. Curtis is asking for his fuel update. But the team, but that's I cannot respond to that. The team blurted out. McHugh is making a move on Fredriksson, but Fredriksson has the outside line. Will he keep it? And there is Johnson overtaking Johnson, who's complaining all the race. Curtis is now joining the battle. Curtis does it, and now he will be on the hunt for the Toro Rosso driver. That was the star of today's radio active. Hey, I'm gonna steal this from NASCAR because I can. Meanwhile, QB has passed Stofford once again. Right, proceeding. I'm gonna give you all the rundown because not a lot is happening. Radev, Raku, Stofford, Jankowski, Stofford, Fasher, Valyak, Agnes, Leon, Shepard, Busek, Wells, Foden, McHugh, Fredriksson, Everts, Johnson, Curtis, Johnson, Palmer, Fowley, Herbeck, and Louis Zach got sacked. Well, Johnson is obviously not happy, but I mean, the team is just angry on him because, again, we don't know they don't know what's happening to his car, because on their screens it's fine, as they said. So basically, it's probably something in his steering wheel. I don't know. It's down to speculation. But meanwhile, Valek is trying to come back to this race, as Rakus asks, where is his teammate? What happened to him? Is he out? But the team responded, he's struggling with the car, he's P5. And Agnes running outside, joins the section of Valek, and basically he's battling with Fasher, the replacement versus the replacee, you could say. As Johnson's saying that apparently his radio doesn't work, and his team responds, it works fine. Just calm down, you just take a chill pill, mate, just take a chill pill. Meanwhile, Rakus is now on the back of Rada. Can the McLaren driver make the move? Look, he goes for a dive into turn 1 and does it. McLaren driver takes the lead. Stop is pitting. The pit window starts on lap 50. Is anybody else pitting? Schäfer is pitting. Voda is pitting. Fredriksson is pitting. Everett is pitting. Johnson is pitting. Curtis is not pitting. Yeah, that's I think everybody who's pitting. So Stopford. Intriguing strategy call in my opinion. Sorry, I think the Rosso radio has taken a chill pill because they apologized to his teammate right now on the radio, which is pretty nice if you ask me. Anyways, Stofford will be the first one on the pit camera. Yeah, Rakus has pulled away from Radov. It's 1.1 second, but it's still quite a lot in my opinion. Is anyone oh wait, yeah, Chef, oh, this is the huge trail, this is a battle we wanna look at. Give me more. I'm gonna close that up. That's gonna be nicer. Yeah, Walsh is defending from Kubusek, and Kubusek is on the move, but anyway, Stofford is entering the pits. Yo. Stofford is in the pits, Schäfer is in the pits, but let's see, and Sam Stofford's pit stop. How long will it be? He's already dropped off the jack, 7.1, pretty good pit stop. How about Sheffer? Dropper of the jacks. It's longer, 7.8, not the best one. Voda, 8.1, but he gets held up by, I think that's Fredrickson. Yeah. Everts and Johnson dropped off. Now, Rakus is pitting. Radev is not pitting. Interesting strategy call. Jankowski is pitting. Agnes is pitting. Lidong is pitting. So both of the Williams pitting at the same time. Fasher is joining the pit crew. And then we have Curtis, Johnson, Palmer, and Fowley. Meanwhile, Tovik is making a move with Palmer. Yeah, and Stofford is P16. And there are a lot of battles. Radev and Rakus is very close, but mind you, Rakus is pitting. Rakus is hoping this undercut will work. No, it doesn't. They touch. And they touch Martin, the championship contenders touch. Yeah, look, I mean, that's... Radev just does a dive. Rakus doesn't... So basically Radev makes a dive, blocks up a bit by here. And basically Rakus did not suspect that and hits it. Again, the same incident as previously. I don't think it's worth investigation, but anyways, Rakus into the pits. Oh, he has the very first pit box. He's dropped off the jacks. It's a longer one. It's a long pit stop. Uh-oh. Jankowski is already dropped off, so I think Rakus will lose a lot on this. Jankowski is already out of the pits, and oh! Uh-oh. Rakus and Agnes reached at the same time, side by side in the... I mean, okay, so unsafe. I mean, yeah, that's an unsafe release. Look behind, right? Rakus is exiting the pits. They let out Agnes, so that's an unsafe release. And he goes. You see, he goes on this. He goes on the like the rain thingies, the things that collect rain. And basically he collapses all of them and he just yeets out of existence. And then we have Lilong who does the same. Wait, where's Lilong? Where's Lilong? Where's Lilong? Give me the Lilong. And Lilong does the same. Both unsafe releases, I think. Yeah, both of the Williams drivers. Oh yeah, drain holes. But basically, both of the Williams drivers unsafe released, and that's probably gonna be a penalty for them. Agnes has an engine failure. There is a smoke coming out of that Williams after the huge fly. Not the best debut in my opinion. Williams just screwed him over. Anyways, who is pitting? Na. Radev is pitting, Valak is pitting, Kubusek is pitting, Maki is pitting, Vance is pitting, Pavek is pitting, and that's it. So, in my opinion, Stofford gained the most, and he may take the lead eventually, considering that Rakus had a big boy bottle in the pits. The Everts and Lilong. Oi, touch. Tip it up. I'm just waiting. Bouncy boys. I mean, Agnes is still smoking. It's just a matter of seconds until that Williams just commits a dive. The leaders are in the pits. Radev is in. It's a long pit stop. Radev has already dropped off the jacks. It will be a 7.8. He drops off. Radev is still stuck in there. Yeah, he exits behind, so this is totally screwing over the championship leader, and Stofford takes the lead of the race. Sam Stofford is the leader of the race. Valak is emerging ahead of Radov. Then you have Radov Kubusek, Mikey Wells, a bit of a bouncy boy himself. Then you have Turvik. I know you have the whole pack. Agnes is still smoking, man, that's not healthy. You're gonna get lung cancer. Lap 18, 4 laps, 4 laps to go. As well, so it's very optimistic, saying, come on, let's do this. And there's a big incident. Oh god. Curtis, Turvik and Agnes both out at turn 1. Oh god, no. Whoa, what the hell? Oh no. Oh no. Both of the two, it's a pit exit. Turvik, not really patient. Oh no, wait, Turvik had an engine failure exiting the pits. Look. Wait. Turvik already has an engine failure exiting the pits. And he couldn't control the car because the car literally gave up. And Curtis has no time to react and smashes into his teammate, causing the engine to literally lit on fire. Now talk about a bad race. And Agnes just dies. His car just gives up. Here, his car just dies. Oh, he slided it in. Yeah. Agnes just... yeah, he lost the drive completely. So you have 3 more retirements that can count. Oh god. Now Stofford and Cubio. Curtis really not happy with his teammates' behavior, saying that, why would you go into my path if your engine blew up? I'm gonna have a word with Turvik. But that's nice. That's a just bottled qualifying, and they both bottled the race. Can we have enough in the chat, please, for the Toyotas? Stofford saying that Cubio needs to stay put, otherwise he will be shunted. Sam Stofford begins lap 19, 3 laps to go. Sheffer out of Kubu, second Rakus. Rakus cannot get past the Honda of Kubusek. What is this? Radov will only extend his lead right now. Voda is in the points. I mean, Honda double points. And now Vayak is on the hunt for Stopford. Rakus again complaining that the team messed up his... oh no, Vayak is close. Oh no. The miracle thing that could happen to Zauber basically can be taken away from him like that. Michal Valyak has done quite a lot good stuff this season. Can it be his second win, or maybe some sort of the fame of the Grecian driver? No, he will not. Valyak makes the dive bomb and holds the Zauber driver right behind him. Sheffer is in P4. I don't understand. Yeah, Stofford has lost the pace. Valyak is now going for his second win of the season. Probably breaking the Valyak curse. As Gerhard Johnson on the team radio, guys, took you long enough, but the car's great now. Team responded, yeah, we didn't see anything, it's just... we didn't see anything, but thanks for taking the car in the better shape. Valyak is now leading. Sheffer is in P4. What? Rakus is not catching up to that Honda. I am confused. Like very much. No, stop at his back. Stop at his back of Valyak. That BMW power thing is true. Stopper makes the move. Stopper is trying to make the move, but Valyak holds off of him. There's Cubio as well. Stopper around the outside of Valyak. Can he do it? No, he cannot. Stopper is really close to Valyak. It's a three-way battle for P1 on the penultimate lap. What is this, guys? Cubio makes a dive bomb on Stopper, and I think he will hold the no. So it has the outside, and Stopper will help you. So no, he will not. That's how we're flying today, but I think it's not enough. And Stopper gets stopped from P1. Rest in peace. R12 makes the move on Sheffer, but Sheffer around the outside. That Red Bull is pretty quick, in my opinion. But yeah, he loses the position pretty quick. Big goof. And Kubusek onto Sheffer. There is the Honda driver into P5. No, Sheffer fends off, allowing Rakus to finally catch up to Kubusek. As I'm just gonna do that because you were naughty. I am very angry at what happened. That was just starting an argument for no reason. I'm sorry, but it started quickly enough. Sorry. Last lap is the battle. Oh god, the battle for P1 is still tight. Oh boy, Stopford is trying to make something of himself. Cubio as well. Cubio around the outside of Valyak, but he cannot just do it. Not yet. I think Valyak is pulling away from Cubio. Cubio is pulling away from Stopford, and R12 has caught up to this battle. Four-way battle for P1 on the last lap. R12 makes the move. Stopford. Stopford is holding it off. Cubio on the final corners. Oh god. I think Cubio has taken it. There is R12 and there is Valyak on the last corners. It's been decided. Cubio Jankowski wins the Czech Republic Grand Prix for the Ferrari. Dimitar R12 finishes in second. Another Ferrari 1-2. Then we have Valyak and Stopford. Rakus in P5, Sheffer in P6, Kubusek 7th, Voda 8th. McHugh 9th, Johnson in 10th, great job from him, 11th Fredrickson, 12th Fasher, 13th Lidong, 14th Wells, 15th Everett, 16th Palmer, 17th Johnson, and the last finisher, Fowley in 18th. Amazing race in my opinion, I really enjoyed it, especially the last lap pass from Cubio and R12 for the Ferrari 1-2. Driver of the day, I could say Sam Stofflet from P13 to P4, battling for the lead. Great job. That was it. See you next time on MMS Juniors, round 3 in Yas Marina. Right, that is it. See you next time. Wear your seatbelt.